So all this is happening due to understanding is missing. So if understanding is missing, there is ignorance or misunderstanding. Ignorance gives birth to ego, I-ness. Ego is nothing but a bundle of likes, dislikes, and fear. Ego is nothing but a bundle of like, dislikes, and fear. So what is the way out of this situation? We can relate ourselves with one of the things for sure here. And all sorts of emotional turmoil when we talk about, it's all due to fear, fear of loss. So what is the way out of this situation? Equanimity. Yes, for sure. But what is the way towards equanimity?
Acceptance of what is.
Acceptance.
Without wanting to change things.
Without wanting to change the things. So do we need to try and accept things?
Just observe. Without judgment.
What about acceptance theory? So it seems like there are many people, again, they went on reading spirituality and the books on spirituality. And it seems like they have the idea, it seems like we need not to change the things around and we need to accept them the way they are. And there are many people, they're trying to accept things. So trying to accept things, is it going to work? So anytime you're trying to accept things, you are heading towards a compromise.
But maybe not trying to change things makes the acceptance more effortless.
Again, you're saying the same thing, but you're just choosing a different way to say it. Again, you're trying to accept things by not wanting to change them. You're trying to accept. So anytime you're trying to accept, that means you're heading towards a compromise, and compromises never leads to true satisfaction. You need not to compromise. But acceptance is supposed to happen. And acceptance happens. How? You need not to try it. It's so spontaneous and natural. It happens naturally. Only when you don't have fear anymore. But again, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. I'm looking for a specific. So natural and spontaneous acceptance happens due to understanding. Ultimately, the only way out is this. But again, same question. Do I need to try and understand things? Because there are many people that are trying to understand. So please, if you're sitting in this classroom, please do not try to understand what is happening. If you're trying to understand what happens, it leads to a battle inside. Understanding is a phenomena which happens with what? Yes. So understanding is a phenomena which occurs spontaneously, naturally, with lower number of brain waves. Did you remember? Understanding is a phenomena which happens naturally and spontaneously. That means acceptance happens if you know how to regulate your brain waves. So understanding is not that you need to try and understand things. If you try and understand things, you put effort. Once you put effort, what happens? Sympathetic activation comes. Once the sympathetic activation comes, what happens to the frontal cortex? Shut down. So please do not try and understand things. If you're going to try and understand things, schizophrenia is waiting. Because we all are actually schizophrenic one way or another, isn't it? The only thing is, like, we are still the beginners.